Obvious racism can be pretty obvious sometimes. Let me tell you a little story. I think you'll like this one. There's an Iowa newspaper called The Gazette. It's in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. They're now accused of pro-white, anti-black bias because of how they handled a group of black and white suspects who were allegedly involved in essentially the same crime in drastically different ways. They reported on it. And it just so happens the variations seem to correlate to race. On March 23rd, the Gazette reported about 3 University of Iowa wrestlers. The wrestlers were arrested because they were caught in possession of stolen items. These 3 suspects were all white. They were pictured in the paper in their yearbook pictures wearing shirts and ties. They're accused of at least 7 burglaries in the area. Exhibit A. Exhibit B. On the same day, the same reporter at the same paper, Lee Hermiston, reported on 4 black suspects who were also charged with burglary. All 4 of these suspects were pictured in their mugshots rather than their yearbook photos. Since the story broke, since the allegations of bias broke, the Gazette changed the pictures of the white suspects to their mugshots. But of course, we still have the original picture that they used and we're showing it to our TV audience. You could say, well, maybe, the black suspects are older, so it would have been more difficult to find their yearbook pictures. Maybe their yearbook pictures were in black and white or something. The reality is that all of the white suspects had mugshots taken, and the process was identical for acquiring the white mugshots as it was for the black mugshots, and ultimately the newspaper did get the white mugshots, but the reporter and paper chose not to take that step. And if you look at the comments on this story online, the racism is just being furthered. People saying, well, of course they didn't show you the yearbook pictures of the black suspects because they didn't have yearbook pictures, because black people don't go to school. And this is not about saying that the reporter hates black people. This is about the subtlety of racism in corporate media, in the justice system, everywhere. Systemic racism is a real thing. Yesterday's voicemail was about systemic racism impacting African Americans. And this is such a good example, Lewis.
A fascinating example. And it's great that that this happened and that we stumbled upon it. It makes me think that there should be comprehensive studies that try to tackle this issue. I think it could be done a number of really interesting ways, but I don't think there are many people working on that.
And we have studies that tell us that for similarly aged, older teenagers who are suspects in crimes, those who are not white are more likely to not be referred to as children or teenagers than are white suspects. We have all these studies, we know about it, but this is a really glaring example. Very, very interesting. There is something I want to tell you about before we wrap up. Xero, spelled Xero, is really great online accounting software. It's actually a whole platform for your small business, and it doesn't matter whether your small business is online or brick and mortar, because Xero was born in the cloud and it was built in the cloud and it works in the cloud. So you can actually manage your accounting anytime, anywhere from your PC or your Mac, iOS or Android device. You can sign up for a free 30-day trial at xero.com/podcasts. That'll let you manage your invoicing and get paid faster, get an instant view of your cash flow, track your expenses on the go, manage all financial reports, and you can even collaborate with your accountant or bookkeeper in real time. This is a big thing for us. We actually almost lost some of our important records a couple of years ago before we moved to a cloud-based accounting system. And Xero seamlessly integrates with over 350 best-in-class business tools to process mobile payments, manage payroll, run your back office, and much more. It is no wonder that over 400,000 customers in more than 180 countries use Xero, and you can too. Sign up for that free 30-day trial, xero.com/podcasts, xero.com/podcasts.